So I need some more. I don't know why it looks so dark. Hello, everyone. Hello. I wonder why it's looking so dark. Hold on. I'm like, really? My glasses didn't get dark, so I was looking. I need some more light. I need to turn this on. I don't know why it's looking. I don't know. Sometimes computers just do that. It's still looking dark. Mm-hmm. Did that help lighten it? Yeah. Okay. Well, you guys could see me. All right. So it's not even about seeing me, it's about listening to the word. So today I will be having Bible study live on my channel. I do have Bible study every single day. I have a Bible study group that I record, and talk to them in the group. Hi, Miss Cheryl. So we have been in Deuteronomy. So I left off yesterday. I did a Make Man Offer video on my channel, and then I went into Bible study actually before I went off of live last night, before I ended my live session. So I am in the Old Testament. You may hear me say the Most High, which is I consider our Father up in heaven. What other terminology? You may hear me say Yeshua, which is Jesus's real name if you study Hebrew. So I have the Hallelujah scriptures here. I'm not going to go into the Hallelujah scriptures today, but I am going to go into the books of Enoch after we do Deuteronomy. So I'll read out of some of this. And Enoch is in the Bible, but these are a lot of the other books that were taken out of the Bible. If you research them, you can find them. I do have the first Bible as well, the 1611 edition, King James Version. And those words are really small, look like this. See? All right. So just going back to where I left off yesterday, I'm going to first let you listen to it. If you can get a good understanding of just listening to the narration of it, then I'll keep going like that. If you can't, then I'll read it. But we are on Deuteronomy chapter 27. I'm not going to go back to the beginning because I've already been doing the lessons in my Bible study group. All right, so here it is.
Moses and the elders of Israel commanded the people, keep all these commands that I give you today. When you cross the Jordan into the land the Lord your God is giving you, set up some large stones and coat them with plaster. Write on them all the words of this law when you have crossed over to enter the land the Lord your God is giving you, the land flowing with milk and honey, just as the Lord, the God of your fathers, promised you. And when you have crossed the Jordan, set up these
stones. Can y'all hear it pretty clear?
As I command you today, and coat them with plaster.
And if you prefer me to read it, let me pause it for a second.
Altar of stones.
I don't know if you can hear it now. There's 7 people. Welcome. Can you hear it and can you understand it? If you can't understand it, then I can read it to you. But if you can hear it and it's clear, then type yes, we can hear it and it's clear, or no, you want me to read it. And then I resume. Okay, it's clear. All right. Okay, so Cheryl said read it. Hold on. Anyone else? How about you, Angela? You can hear it. Okay. Cheryl, then you may just need to turn your volume up because you're the only one that said read it. Everyone else said that it's clear, so maybe just turn up your volume.
Build there an altar to the Lord your God, an altar of stones.
Okay, I'm gonna go back.
And when you have crossed the Jordan, set up these stones on Mount Ebal, as I command you today, and coat them with plaster. Build there an altar to the Lord your God, an altar of stones. Do not use any iron tool upon them. Build the altar of the Lord your God with field stones, and offer burnt offerings on it to the Lord your God. Sacrifice fellowship offerings there, eating them and rejoicing in the presence of the Lord your God. And you shall write very clearly all the words of this law on these stones you have set up. Then Moses and the priests, who are Levites, said to all Israel, "Be silent, O Israel, and listen. You have now become the people of the Lord your God. Obey the Lord your God and follow his commands and decrees that I give you today." On the same day Moses commanded the people, "When you have crossed the Jordan, these tribes shall stand on Mount Gerizim to bless the people: Simeon, Levi, Judah, Issachar, Joseph, and Benjamin. And these tribes shall stand on Mount Ebal to pronounce curses: Reuben, Gad, Asher, Zebulun, Dan, and Naphtali. The Levites shall recite to all the people of Israel in a loud voice, 'Cursed is the man who carves an image or casts an idol, a thing detestable to the Lord, the work of the craftsman's hands, and sets it up in secret.' Then all the people shall say,
Amen.
Cursed is the man who dishonors his father or his mother." Then all the people shall say, Cursed is the man who moves his neighbor's boundary stone. Then all the people shall say, Cursed is the man who leads the blind astray on the road. Then all the people shall say, Cursed is the man who withholds justice from the alien, the fatherless, or the widow. Then all the people shall say, Cursed is the man who sleeps with his father's wife, for he dishonors his father's bed. Then all the people shall say, Cursed is the man who has sexual relations with any animal. Then all the people shall say, Cursed is the man who sleeps with his sister, the daughter of his father or the daughter of his mother.
Laying down the law.
Then all the people shall say, Cursed is the man who sleeps with his mother-in-law. Then all the people shall say, Cursed is the man who kills his neighbor secretly. Then all the people shall say, Cursed is the man who accepts a bribe to kill an innocent person. Then all the people shall say, Cursed is the man who does not uphold the words of this law by carrying them out. Then all the people shall say,
Still in Deuteronomy chapter 28.
Obey the Lord your God. If you fully obey the Lord your God and carefully follow all his commands I give you today, the Lord your God will set you high above all the nations on earth. All these blessings will come upon you and accompany you if you obey the Lord your God. You will be blessed in the city and blessed in the country. The fruit of your womb will be blessed, and the crops of your land and the young of your livestock, the calves of your herds and the lambs of your flocks. Your basket and your kneading trough will be blessed. You will be blessed when you come in and blessed when you go out. The Lord will grant that the enemies who rise up against you will be defeated before you. They will come at you from one direction, but flee from you in 7. The Lord will send a blessing on your barns and on everything you put your hand to. The Lord your God will bless you in the land he is giving you. The Lord will establish you as his holy people, as he promised you on oath, if you keep the commands of the Lord your God and walk in his ways. Then all the peoples on earth will see that you are called by the name of the Lord, and they will fear you. The Lord will grant you abundant prosperity in the fruit of your womb, the young of your livestock, and the crops of your ground, in the land he swore to your forefathers to give you. The Lord will open the heavens, the storehouse of his bounty, to send rain on your land in season, and to bless all the work of your hands. You will lend to many nations, but will borrow from none. The Lord will make you the head, not the tail. If you pay attention to the commands of the Lord your God that I give you this day, and carefully follow them, you will always be at the top, never at the bottom. Do not turn aside from any of the commands I give you today, to the right or to the left, following other gods and serving them. However, if you do not obey the Lord your God and do not carefully follow all his commands and decrees I am giving you today, all these curses will come upon you and overtake you. You will be cursed in the city and cursed in the country. Your basket and your kneading trough will be cursed. The fruit of your womb will be cursed, and the crops of your land, and the calves of your herds, and the lambs of your flocks. You will be cursed when you come in, and cursed when you go out.
Yeah, that's correct,
The Lord will send on you curses, confusion, and rebuke in everything you put your hand to, until you are destroyed, and come to sudden ruin because of the evil you have done in forsaking him. The Lord will plague you with diseases until he has destroyed you from the land you are entering to possess. The Lord will strike you with wasting disease, with fever and inflammation, with scorching heat and drought, with blight and mildew, which will plague you until you perish. The sky over your head will be bronze, the ground beneath you iron. The Lord will turn the rain of your country into dust and powder. It will come down from the skies until you are destroyed. The Lord will cause you to be defeated before your enemies. You will come at them from one direction, but flee from them in seven. And you will become a thing of horror to all the kingdoms on earth. Your carcasses will be food for all the birds of the air and the beasts of the earth. There will be no one to frighten them away. The Lord will afflict you with the boils of Egypt, and with tumors, festering sores, and the itch, from which you cannot be cured. The Lord will afflict you with madness, blindness, and confusion of mind. At midday you will grope about like a blind man in the dark. You will be unsuccessful in everything you do. Day after day, you will be oppressed and robbed, with no one to rescue you. You will be pledged to be married to a woman, but another will take her and ravish her. You will build a house, but you will not live in it. You will plant a vineyard, but you will not even begin to enjoy its fruit. Your ox will be slaughtered before your eyes, but you will eat none of it. Your donkey will be forcibly taken from you and will not be returned. Your sheep will be given to your enemies, and no one will rescue them. Your sons and daughters will be given to another nation, and you will wear out your eyes watching for them day after day, powerless to lift a hand. You guys still here? A people that you do not know will eat what your land and labor produce, and you will have nothing but cruel oppression all your days. The sight you see will drive you mad. The Lord will afflict your knees and legs with painful boils that cannot be cured, spreading from the soles of your feet to the top of your head. The Lord will drive you and the king you set over you to a nation unknown to you or your fathers. There you will worship other gods, gods of wood and stone. You will become a thing of horror and an object of scorn and ridicule to all the nations where the Lord will drive you. You will sow much seed in the field, but you will harvest little, because locusts will devour it. You will plant vineyards and cultivate them, but you will not drink the wine or gather the grapes, because worms will eat them. You will have olive trees throughout your country, but you will not use the oil, because the olives will drop off. You will have sons and daughters, but you will not keep them, because they will go into captivity. Swarms of locusts will take over all your trees and the crops of your land. The alien who lives among you will rise above you higher and higher, but you will sink lower and lower. He will lend to you, but you will not lend to him. He will be the head, that's right, Boris. But you will be the tail. All these curses will come upon you. They will pursue you and overtake you until you are destroyed, because you did not obey the Lord your God and observe the commands and decrees he gave you. They will be a sign and a wonder to you and your descendants forever. Because you did not serve the Lord your God joyfully and gladly in the time of prosperity, therefore in hunger and thirst, hiddenness and dire poverty, you will serve the enemies the Lord sends against you. He will put an iron yoke on your neck until he has destroyed you. The Lord will bring a nation against you from far away, from the ends of the earth, like an eagle swooping down. A nation whose language you will not understand, a fierce-looking nation without respect for the old or pity for the young. They will devour the young of your livestock and the crops of your land until you are destroyed. They will leave you no grain, new wine or oil, nor any calves of your herds, or lambs of your flocks until you are ruined. They will lay siege to all the cities throughout your land until the high fortified walls in which you trust fall down. They will besiege all the cities throughout the land the Lord your God is giving you. Because of the suffering that your enemy will inflict on you during the siege, you will eat the fruit of the womb, the flesh of the sons and daughters the Lord your God has given you. Even the most gentle and sensitive man among you will have no compassion on his own brother, or the wife he loves, or his surviving children. And he will not give to one of them any of the flesh of his children that he is eating. It will be all he has left because of the suffering your enemy will inflict on you during the siege of all your cities. The most gentle and sensitive woman among you, so sensitive and gentle that she would not venture to touch the ground with the sole of her foot, will begrudge the husband she loves, and her own son or daughter the afterbirth from her womb, and the children she bears. For she intends to
Thank you, Boris. Thank you so much. Thank you.
And in the distress that your enemy will inflict on you in your cities.
Yes, right.
If you do not carefully follow all the words of this law which are written in this book, and do not revere this glorious and awesome name, the Lord your God, the Lord will send fearful plagues on you and your descendants, harsh and prolonged disasters, and severe and lingering illnesses. He will bring upon you all the diseases of Egypt that you dreaded, and they will cling to you. The Lord will also bring on you every kind of sickness and disaster not recorded in this book of the law, until you are destroyed. You who were as numerous as the stars in the sky will be left but few in number, because you did not obey the Lord your God.
Right.
Just as it pleased the Lord to make you prosper and increase in number, so it will please him to ruin and destroy you. You will be uprooted from the land you are entering to possess. Then the Lord will scatter you among all nations, from one end of the earth to the other. There you will worship other gods, gods of wood and stone, which neither you nor your fathers have known. Among those nations you will find no repose, no resting place for the sole of your foot. There the Lord will give you an anxious mind, eyes weary with longing, and a despairing heart. You will live in constant suspense, filled with dread both night and day, never sure of your life. In the morning you will say, if only it were evening. And in the evening, oh, if only it were morning. Because of the terror that will fill your hearts and the sights that your eyes will see, the Lord will send you back in ships to Egypt on a journey I said you should never make again. There you offer yourselves for sale to your enemies as male and female slaves, but no one will buy you.
Okay, that's deep. So we stopped at Deuteronomy chapter 29. That's deep. Okay, so before I go any further, if anyone wants to be a part of my Bible study group, it is on Marco Polo. So only thing you need to do is send me an email and I can send you a link to join. With the Bible study group, it's a little interactive, but you don't really have to interact. Every day I try to share some lesson. I put gospel music in there or uplifting music. and so on. So if you would like to be a part of that group, because I'm not on here every day doing Bible study. However, I do have Bible study daily in my, my personal everyday life. So if you wanted to just listen, you can listen when you're on the way to work, coming home from work, at work, something might be going on. You just put your headphones in and just listen and still resume your job if you can kind of sneak and get away with it. But if you would like to be a part of that group, if you want me to add you, send an email. No, you send me an email. Don't put your email down. Send an email to miraclegrowthwater@gmail.com. And I'll send you a link. The only thing you have to do is download the app, and that's that. And you'll be able to see and listen to all of the lessons. My husband, he is studying Hebrew. However, the way that he teaches is amazing, guys. He came on here one time before with me and did a lesson with me. Pick it up. Give it to me. Yep. And did a lesson with me. So he's on there a lot as well. So it's a lot of teaching, guys, a lot of education on there, especially if you're wanting to, get into more of the Bible study. We do not go to the physical church anymore because we just felt like the pastors weren't teaching us things that we need to know to get to heaven. So we're just being honest. When I study on my own, I'm studying way more than what they're actually teaching me at the synagogue. Okay? So the email is up there, miraclegrowthwater@gmail.com. For anyone that may be vision impaired, it's miracle, MIRACLE, water. Well, spell it all out again. miraclegrowthwater@gmail.com. So MIRACLE, water, WATER@gmail.com. All one word, miraclegrowthwater.com. So I'm sorry, miraclegrowthwater@gmail.com. So if you do want to be a part of the Bible study group, and like I said, you don't even have to really say anything. You can just listen, but at least you can get the lessons. All right. So now I'm going to go into the book of Enoch. I will be reading out of this book. It's a complete edition. I ordered any books that I show you. I ordered all of these off of Amazon. The Holy Bible 1611 edition, Amazon. The Hallelujah Scriptures, Hebrew, Amazon. So they have, it is in English, but a lot of the names are in Hebrew, which Hebrew was the first language. Yeah. So, not English. All right. So I'm going to read out of the books of Enoch now. They call it the books of Enoch because there's 3 different books in here. All right. I already started reading. It's deep. Deep. So if y'all don't get nothing else, trust me, you want to get this one. Books of Enoch. He talks about heaven. This is the only person that God literally plucked from earth and took to heaven. And Enoch, I think, passed when he was like 900 something, 800 something like that. So I'll start reading from here. All right, so I'll start at the introduction. It says, in the Bible, Enoch is the name of 4 persons. The first is the oldest son of Cain, which is in Genesis 4:17. The second, the son of Jared, which is in Genesis 5:18. The third, the son of Midian, which is also, you can find it in Genesis 25:4. The fourth, the oldest son of Reuben, which is in Genesis 46:9, 6:14. Okay, the book of Enoch is an old composition considered a pseudepigraphal work, a work that claims to be by a biblical character. It is also considered an apocryphal. If I say some of the words wrong, forgive me. Apocryphal work, meaning it has a hidden or unknown origin or is known only in private circles. It was included with other apocryphal books in the Ethiopic Bible, which was composed by Syrian monks who had come to Ethiopia in the 5th century, fleeing a Byzantine persecution. Nearly all of the church fathers knew of an apocryphal book of Enoch, and their description of the work and citations from it prove satisfactorily that it was virtually the same as same as the ones that you can get today is what they're basically saying. According to some of them, such as Irenaeus, Tertullian, etc., the book of Enoch, first Enoch, was rejected by the Jews and left out of the Jewish Bible canon because it contained prophecies about Christ. By the 4th century, it was excluded from the canon by most of the Christian church. Still today, it's included in the biblical canon of the Ethiopian Orthodox Church and the Eritrean Orthodox Church. Also, I hope y'all can understand this. I'm sorry for messing up the words. Also, the apocryphal works, one kind, is embraced under the term apocalyptic. This latter class is of a prophetic character and under the assumption of a superhuman source of information seeks to unravel the mysteries of the present and the future. The books of Enoch is in this class. 2 versions were called Books of Enoch, and Ethiopic one translated from Ethiopic called First Enoch by scholars, and a Slavonic version identified as Second Enoch, which is also known as the Book of the Secrets of Enoch. The discovery of the text from Qumran Cave is Qumran Cave 4 has finally provided parts of the Aramic original Ethiopic version of the books of Enoch. Paleographic dating of the Enoch fragments found 4Q201 revealed it was copied around 200 to 150 BC. The first Ethiopic version published in the West was printed in the 19th century. First Enoch is referred in Jude 14 and 15, and also in 1 Peter 3, 19, 20 to, what's Ian? I don't know. Ian? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Let me see. So Ian, that's not English. 21. That's weird. All right. To 21:16. Maybe that's the end. I'm not sure what that is. All right. Concerning 2 books of Enoch. All right. So let's get into it. Chapter 1. Enoch's journey and vision and the fallen angels. Okay. So chapter 1, parable of Enoch on the future lot of the wicked and the righteous. This is chapter 1, guys. So we are in the book of Enoch. So it says, the words of the blessing of Enoch, wherewith he blessed the righteous, he blessed the elect and righteous, who will be living in the day of tribulation, when all the wicked and godless are to be removed. And he took up his parable and said, Enoch, a righteous man whose eyes were opened by God, saw the vision of the Holy One in the heavens, which the angels showed me, and from them I heard everything, and from them I understood as I saw, but not for this generation, but for a remote one, which is for to come. Concerning the elect, I said, and take up my parable concerning them. The Holy Great One will come forth from his dwelling, and the eternal God will tread upon the earth, even on Mount Sinai, and appear from his camp, and appear in the strength of his might from the heaven of heavens. And all shall be smitten with fear, and the watchers shall quake, and great fear and trembling shall seize them until the ends of the earth. And the high mountains shall be shaken, and the high hills shall be made low, and shall melt like wax before the flame. And the earth shall be wholly rent and sunder, and all that is upon the earth shall perish. And there shall be a judgment upon all men. But with the righteous he will make peace, and will protect the elect, and mercy shall be upon them, and they shall all belong to God Most High. And they shall be prospered, and they shall all be blessed, and he will help them all. And light shall appear unto them, and he will make peace with them. And behold, he cometh with 10,000s of his holy ones to execute judgment upon all, and to destroy all the ungodly, and to convict and to convict all flesh of all the works of their ungodliness which they have ungodly committed, and of all the hard things which ungodly sinners have spoken against him. Now we're in chapter 2. Observe ye everything that takes place in the heaven. How do they not change their orbits and their luminaries which are in the heaven? How they all rise and set in order each in each season, and transgress not against their appointed order. Behold ye the earth, and give heed to the things which take upon it from first to last. How steadfast they are, how none of the things upon earth change, but all the works of God appear to you. Behold the summer and the winter, how the whole earth is filled with water, and clouds and dew and rain lie upon it. Chapter 3. Observe and see how in the winter all the trees seem as though they had withered and shed all their leaves, except 14 trees, which do not lose their foliage, but retain the old foliage from 2 to 3 years till the new comes. Chapter 4. And again observe ye the days of summer, how the sun is above the earth over against it. And you seek shade and shelter by reason of the heat of the sun, and the earth also burns with glowing heat, and you cannot tread on the earth or on a rock by reason of its heat. Chapter 5. Observe ye how the plants cover themselves with green leaves and bear fruit. Wherefore give ye heed, and know with regard to all his works, and recognize how he that liveth forever has made that so. And all his works go on thus from year to year forever. And all the tasks which they accomplish for him, and their tasks change not. But according as God had ordained, so it is done. And behold how the sea and the rivers in like manner accomplish and change not their tasks from his commitments. But ye have not been steadfast, nor done the commandments of the Lord, but ye have turned away and spoken proud and hard words, with your impure mouths against his greatness. O ye hard-headed, ye shall find no peace. Therefore shall ye execrate your days, and the years of your life shall perish, and the years of your destruction shall be multiplied in eternal execration, and ye shall find no mercy. In those days ye shall make your names an eternal execration unto all of the righteous, and by you shall all who curse, and all the sinners and godless shall imprecate by you. And for you the godless there shall be a curse, and all the shall rejoice, and there shall be forgiveness of sins, and every mercy and peace and forbearance. There shall be salvation unto them. There shall be salvation unto them, a goodly light. And for all of you sinners, there shall be no salvation. But on you all shall abide a curse. But for the elect there shall be light and joy and peace, and they shall inherit the earth. And then there shall be bestowed upon the elect wisdom, and they shall all live and never again sin, either through ungodliness or through pride. But they who are wise shall be humble, and they shall not again transgress. Hold on. Okay. And they shall not again transgress, nor shall they sin all the days of their life, nor shall they die of the divine anger or wrath, but they shall complete the number of the days of their life, and their life shall be increased in peace, and the years of their joy shall be multiplied in eternal gladness and peace all the days of their life. So this is 6 to 11 now, chapter 6 to 11. The falling of the angels, the demoralization of mankind, the intercession of the angels on behalf of mankind, the doom pronounced by God on the angels of the Messianic kingdom. A Noah fragment. Okay, hold on. Okay, so I'm going to read some of this because this is where it gets interesting. Chapter 6. Let me drink some water. And then I want to stop. I'm gonna read about half a page and I'll stop there. And it came to pass when the children of men had multiplied, that in those days were born unto them beautiful and comely daughters, and the angels, the children of the heaven, saw and lusted after them, and said to one another, Come, let us choose us wives from among the children of men, and beget us children. And Semjaza, and Semjaza, which is spelled Semjaza, forgive me if I'm pronouncing it wrong, who was their leader, said unto them, I fear ye. I already told her it's coming. It's coming already. Come, let us choose us wives. Okay, it says one. Okay, let me go back. Come, let us choose us wives from among the children of men, and beget us children. And Semjaza, who was their leader, said unto them, I fear ye will not. Indeed agree to do this deed, and I alone shall have to pay the penalty of a great sin. And they all answered him and said, Let us all swear an oath and all bind ourselves by mutual imprecations not to abandon this plan, but to do this thing. Then swear they all together and bound themselves by mutual imprecations upon it. And they were in all 200 who descended in the days of Jared on the summit of Mount Hermon, and they called it Mount Hermon because they had sworn and bound themselves by mutual imprecations upon it. Now, y'all have to keep in mind, these were angels that were up in heaven. These were angels that were up in heaven that were not supposed to come down and, fraternize with the humans. They weren't supposed to do that. But they came, I'll keep reading. Okay. And they are the names of their leaders. And then it's a bunch of names, y'all. And I'm not even about to attempt to mess these names up because it's a lot of them. But these are their chiefs of 10. It's a lot. So if you want to know the names, order the book of Enoch. Or look it up because they have videos on here. Chapter 7. So remember, we left off with the angels making a pact to come on down to the earth and get wives. The women were so beautiful that they were like, okay, well, we want wives now. But they were angels in heaven. Keep that in mind. All right, chapter 7. And all of the others together with them took unto themselves wives, and each chose for himself one, and they began to go in unto them and to defile themselves with them. They started having sex with them, and to defile themselves with them, and they taught them charms and enchantments and the cutting of roots, and made them acquainted with plants. And they became pregnant, and they bare great giants. So that's how giants came about, guys. The angels that came down and turned themselves into humans, for a while to be able to have sex with the beautiful daughters. When they had sex with them, when they got pregnant, they had giants. Because remember, that wasn't supposed to happen. So they had giants. Okay? Right, that is what my mom had told me. Okay, and they bare great giants whose height were 3,000 ells. So guys, the giants, the kids that they had that turned in, there were giants were 3,000 feet. So they were like miles and miles and miles and miles and miles and miles and miles up. Can you imagine? Imagine how long 1 mile is. So imagine a giant being longer than a mile. That's a tall person, big tall person. Okay, whose height was 3,000 ells, who consumed all of the acquisitions of men. And when men could no longer sustain them, the giants turned against them and devoured mankind. And they began to sin against birds and beasts and reptiles and fish, and to devour one another's flesh and drink the blood. Then the earth laid accusation against the lawless ones. So when they say that they begin to devour and sin against birds and beasts and reptiles, they basically started having sex with the animals, with the birds, with the reptiles, any other animal that they could do. It just got bad. It got terrible back then. Okay, chapter 8, and I'll probably leave it at that. And Azazel taught men to make swords and knives and shields and breastplates, and made known to them the metal of the earth and the art of working them, and bracelets and ornaments, and the use of antimony. What's this? What's this word? Antimony? Yeah. What does that mean? Antimony? I don't know. Antimony. All right, let me look it up. Let me look up this word real fast, y'all. So the word is spelled A-N. It's spelled A-N-T, antimony. A-N-T-I-M-O-N-Y. The opposite of matrimony. Antimony is a chemical element with the symbol and atomic number. Looks like a rock. So the use of it's a rock. It's like it's not a metal, but it's a chemical element. So this is what it looks like. So silver. It looks like silver. See? Mm-hmm. Okay. So the use of antimony and the beautifying of the eyelids and all kinds of costly stones and all coloring tinctures. And there arose much godlessness, and they committed fornication, and they were led astray and became corrupt in all their ways. So Semjaza, Semjaza, Semjaza taught enchantments and root cuttings, teaching them roots. Aramis, the resolving of enchantments. Barakichal is a name. Baraquijal. Barakio taught astrology. Kokobu, the constellations. Ezekiel, the knowledge of the clouds. Araku, the signs of the earth. Shamzu, the signs of the sun. And Serial, the course of the moon. And as men perished, they cried, and their cry went up to heaven. So this is chapter 9 now, guys. This is getting good. That's why I'm still reading. And then Michael, Uriel, Raphael, and Gabriel looked down from heaven and saw much blood being shed upon the earth, and all lawlessness being wrought upon the earth. And they said to one another, the earth made without an inhabitant, cries the voice of their cryings up to the gates of heaven. And now to you, the holy ones of heaven, the souls of men make their suit, saying, bring our cause before the Most High. And they said to the Lord of the angels, Lord of lords, gods of gods, kings of kings, and gods of the angels, the throne of thy glory standeth until all the generation of the ages, and thy name holy and glorious and blessed unto all the ages. Blessed unto all the ages. Thou hast made all things in power over all things hast thou. And all things are naked and open in thy sight. Excuse me. And thou seest all things, and nothing can hide itself from thee. Thou seest what Azazel has done, who has taught all unrighteous on earth, and revealed the eternal secrets which were preserved in heaven, which men were striving to learn. And Jemziah, to whom has given authority to bear over his associates, and they have gone to the daughters of men upon the earth, and have slept with the women, and have defiled themselves, and revealed to them all kinds of sins. And the women have borne giants, and the whole earth has thereby been filled with blood and unrighteousness. And now, behold, the souls of those who have died are crying and making their suits to the gates of heaven, and their lamentations have ascended and cannot cease because of the lawless deeds which are wrought on the earth. And thou knowest all things before they come to pass, and thou seest these things, and thou dost suffer them, and thou not say to us, what are we to do to them in regard to these? Chapter 10, and I'm going to leave it at that. I know I keep saying that, but y'all listen. It's a page turner. The book of Enoch, y'all probably read this in a day. So, hi everyone that just joined. We are reading out of the book of Enoch. So chapter 10, and I'm gonna try to leave it here. Then said the Most High, the Holy and the Great One spake, and sent Uriel to the son of Lamech, and said to him, Go to Noah and tell him in my name, hide thyself, and reveal to him the end that is approaching, that the whole earth will be destroyed, and a deluge is about to come upon the whole earth, and will destroy all that is on it. And now instruct him that he may escape, and his seed may be preserved for all the generations of the world. And again, the Lord said to Raphael, Bind Azazel hand and foot, and cast him into the darkness, and make an opening in the desert, which is in Dudal, and cast him therein, and place upon him rough and jagged rocks, and cover him with darkness, and let him abide there forever, and cover his face that he may not see light. And on the day of the great judgment, he shall be cast into the fire. We haven't even had Judgment Day yet, guys. So that means he's still, well, he's dead, of course, but he's just there waiting Judgment Day to be cast into the fire for eternity. And heal the earth which the angels have corrupted, and proclaim the healings of the earth, that they may heal the plague, and that all the children of men may not perish through all the secret things that the watchers have disclosed and have taught their sons. And the whole earth has been corrupted through the works that were taught by Azazel. To him ascribe all sin. And to Gabriel, said the Lord, proceed against the bastards and reprobates, and again the children of fornication, and destroy the children of fornication and the children of the watchers from amongst men, and cause them to go forth. Send them one against the other, that they may destroy each other in battle. For length of days shall they not have, and no request that they or their fathers make, or these shall be granted unto their fathers on their behalf. For they hope to live an eternal life, and that each of them will live 500 years. And the Lord said unto Michael, Go bind Jesemza and his associates, who have united themselves with women, so as to have defiled themselves with them in all their uncleanliness. And when their sons have slain one another, and they have seen the destruction of their beloved ones, bind them fast for 70 generations in the valley of the earth, till the day of their judgment and of their consummation, till the judgment that is forever and ever is consummated. In those days they shall be led off to the abyss of fire, and to the torment and the prison, in which they shall be confined forever. And whosoever shall be condemned and destroyed will from thenceforth be bound together with them to the end of all generations. And destroy all the spirits of the reprobate and the children of the watchers, because they have wronged mankind. Destroy all wrong from the face of the earth, and let every evil work come to an end, and let the plant of righteousness and truth appear. And it shall prove a blessing, the works of righteousness and truth shall be planted in truth and joy forevermore. One little section. So I'll keep reading 10, and then I can start back on 11, because 10 is like this much more. And then shall all the righteous escape, and shall live till they beget thousands of children, and all the days of their youth and their old age shall they compete in peace. How's school?
Pretty good.
Okay. And then shall the whole earth be tilled in righteousness, and shall be all planted with trees, and be full of blessings, and all desirable trees shall be planted on it, and they shall plant vines on it, and the vine which they plant thereon shall yield wine in abundance. And as for all the seed which is sown, therefore each measure of it shall bear 1,000, and each measure of olives shall yield 10 presses of oil. And cleanse thou the earth from all oppression, and from all unrighteousness, and from all sin, and from all godlessness, and all the uncleanness that is wrought upon the earth. Destroy from off the earth, and all the children of men shall become righteous, and all nations shall offer adoration and shall praise. And all the children of men shall be righteous, and all nations shall offer adoration and shall praise me, and all shall worship me, and the earth shall be cleansed from all defilement, and from all sin, and from all punishment, and from all torment. And I will never again send unto them upon it from generation to generation and forever. So I hope y'all was able to understand that. But that is out of the book of Enoch. So if you want to know more truth that was taken out of the Bible, definitely pick this up. Definitely pick this up. Okay. So that's it, guys. That's going to end Bible study for today. I pray blessings to each and every one of you as you go through your days. Make sure that you have thanked the Most High for waking you up today. If you haven't thanked him, it's not too late right now because you still have breath in your body. So thank him for getting you to work safe. Thank him for waking you up. Thank him for allowing you to be unharmed in the middle of the night, during the night while you slept. Clearly somebody loves you. Okay? So I love you all. Don't let anyone get you down. Stay in the word somehow every single day. We are in our last days, people. I'm trying to tell you. And when it's times like this and you're able to see the truth, that should definitely let you know that we got to get closer to the Most High. When I say the Most High, I mean God. We got to get closer to him, guys. So take a second every day and just thank him. Read, even if it's a small chapter, a sentence, 2 sentences. The same way you take time in your life to do all this other stuff that's of the world, take time in your life to get in the word so that your Father knows that you love him and you appreciate him for everything that he's done for you. All right, so I love you all, my brothers and sisters. I will talk to you soon. Most High willing. Shalom, and God bless you.
That is true. We do have to take time.